Hey everybody, it's Jeff and I'm welcoming you to my studio. I got the UV light on, but most importantly, I'm getting the studio ready today for Matthew. And Matthew is going to take a little bit of a journey. Hopefully he's going to get a little lost and then he's going to get found. And we're going to come right here and see what is going to appear on the blank canvas. So for my painting from the Source workshop, I always use tempera paints. Tempera paints are just paints that are used in kindergarten. You know why? Because you easily wash them. There's plenty of different colors. You can make a lot of changes.
My name is Matthew White. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're here in Prescott, Arizona at Goldwater Lake. What I think we're getting into today is a bit of a spiritual journey through art in nature. And I'm really excited. So when I enter a blank canvas, it begins with understanding where my feelings are and really touching my chest and taking a few minutes to just settle in and get ready to showcase something that comes from my spirit, my heart.
I just want to make a quick comment that there's been no prompting here whatsoever. Matthew has no idea what we're about ready to do today. So it is interesting how he brought up feelings. So I'm going to ask him how he feels.
Right now, I am feeling excited, eager, nervous, passionate, a little bit fearful. Right now, the fear that I am feeling is related to all the change that's happening in my life. It comes from within. It's nothing that is happening on the outside that is forcing me to feel this way. It's coming from something that I feel inside. Where I feel it most when I feel fear is I usually have my jaw start to clench up with my teeth hitting each other kind of rigidly. My extremities get a little bit fidgety, like my fingers or my toes. And then from like the larger parts of my body, my thighs get really kind of tense and I feel this urge to almost sprint or move my body so I can relieve the tension that's within me. The biggest things that block me from being one with what I'm about to do are things that are not here right now.
This is so much fun. I just asked Matthew to take a walk and find something in nature that makes him feel really safe. These techniques, using the wilderness to find that space, that creative space within us, is really one of the most satisfying, most pleasurable ways to find that creative spark. Because when we're in nature, our heart opens up, believe it or not, the mind begins to rest. So it'll be really fun to see what Matthew comes back with. So one of the things that I've always noted when I do these wonderful painting from the Source workshops is that when I send people out, say for 15 minutes or sometimes even an hour, people say, okay, I'll come back. And they just stay out there because it's so beautiful and so peaceful to be in nature that we almost forget about time. He returns with a smile on his face.
So when I was wandering out in the woods, immediately I started to feel a bit of pressure to find something. And my eyes were darting kind of back and forth, up and down, almost putting some sort of pressure on myself to find something that was emblematic of how I felt. I collected my thoughts for about 30 seconds. I stopped looking, essentially. And then I looked down and saw this rock. I sat with it and started looking at it. It was almost like everything around me started being quiet. I could hear the wind in ways that I have not heard in a long time. Very calm, passing through me, around me. And when the wind stopped, it was eerily silent. Like I could not hear or see anything moving around me. And then I felt serenity. I felt power. I felt purposeful. I felt connected.
So, Matthew, how you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. This is a sweet studio. I'm very inspired. I feel a little nervous. I feel peaceful. I feel passion. I feel joy. There's this separation of like a detailed top layer, what we see in the mountains. And then there's a transition into the Whitestone that I found, which is kind of like a brain in of itself with these separate functions almost representing Whitestone, yeah. Representing the ego and ourselves. And there's this like underneath nature is, or with nature is ourselves, but we're connected yet so scattered and fragmented, and we had a hard time bringing ourselves back to the Whitestone, but back to nature really, even though we resemble so much of it. And then underneath the Whitestone is like this ocean. Initially it was just sort of like a diagram of a fractured system, like kind of like the stone was right here, where it has this like sort of pattern of, or it's a patternless kind of myriad of components that are all kind of stuck together, which I tried to start with, and then tried to get sort of the aspects of color and pop and darkness and rigidity to it. And then as I was figuring out the border of the rock, I was like, oh, this looks like mountains. These look like mountains. So then brought in the mountains, added a bit of a sky pattern, and then once they kind of connected the two, I was like, yeah, there's a belly underneath this. There's a system that we can't understand.
So you can see what nature brings forth, so personal, so beautiful, so intimate. And the most important thing in all of this is we're having fun, we're feeling our emotion, and we're using our creative imagination. And that's the best part of all of this. That really is, at the end of the day, what the art of letting go to glow is. The glow is our imagination. It's how we express ourselves. It's how we create something from this incredibly chaotic sometimes experience, that we create beauty from the chaos by getting quiet, by reflecting, and by bringing back the things that really move us or connect us to the deeper sense of who we are.
I had so much fun. It was really grounding to start in nature and pick an object that sort of comes to you, analyze it, think about it, feel it, and then transition that into some kind of expression. The expression part is really, in my opinion, the part that really is a lot of fun.